CEO of JPMorgan warns U.S. of economic fate worse than recession. He said the worst outcome. Wow. This is Jamie Dimon's statements. And I agree. I definitely agree. It's going to get a lot worse, especially, y'all know I keep saying this. I'll say it until after November. If Kamala Harris happens to win the presidency, it is a wrap for this U.S. economy as we know it. So we're gonna play the clip. We're gonna talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me on those platforms as well. All right, so let's talk about this news now. This is from Fox Business from Jasmine Bayer. Stagflation was last seen in the United States economy during the 1970s. That was when Jimmy Carter was running things, and it was terrible. I mean, I wasn't there. I didn't live it. I wasn't born yet. Well, I'm not a 70s baby, but I read about it. I heard about how bad things really were in the 70s. But let's play this clip here, and then we can talk about it. Here we go.
Inflation showed some signs of improvement last month, though not all readings cooled. The CPI for August matched the previous month's reading, up 0.2%. Core CPI for the month, excluding food and energy, nudged up from July, rising 0.3%. For the year ending in August, the CPI improved to 2.5%, though there was no improvement in the core annual reading at 3.2%.
Energy prices were down 0.8% on the month. They're down 4% on the year. Food prices are only up 2% on the year. So that's why the core is higher than the headline, because food and energy prices have come down more than other prices. That's a good thing for consumers.
U.S. Census Bureau reporting household income rose 4% last year, with the inflation-adjusted median household income at more than $80,500. JPMorgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon says he's not ruling out stagflation. Continued inflation with stalled growth. Dimon made the comments at an investor conference. He says we're not out of the woods.
We think stagflation is less of a risk than recession risk right now, especially with some of the weakening trends we're seeing in the labor market.
A new Reuters poll finding economists say the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates by 25 basis points at next week's policy meeting, along with 2 more cuts this year. Starbucks' new CEO, Brian Nichols, says his focus is on, quote, getting back to Starbucks. He's planning investments in technology to improve customer experience, supply chain, and the Starbucks app and mobile ordering. And Campbell's Soup is taking the soup out of its name because it now produces so many other foods. Chief Executive Mark Klaus says the iconic business will ask shareholders to approve a name change to the Campbell's Company. CJ Papa, Fox News.
So there you have it, Jamie Dimon. But JPMorgan Chase CEO has laid out the worst outcome for America's economic future beyond recession. Quote, the worst economic is stagflation, said Dimon. Hold on one second. Let me close this. And by the way, I wouldn't take it off the table. 68-year-old Jamie Dimon made his remarks on Tuesday at the Council of Institutional Investors in New York. Now, JPMorgan Chase is the largest bank in the United States, according to Bankrate, with a $3.4 trillion in assets. Stagflation, a portmanteau of stagflation and inflation, refers to a state where economic growth slows while inflation and unemployment rise. The economic consequences of stagflation may cause retirement savings to go down, as well as the stock market to crash. That's right, stock market will crash under stagflation. It was last seen in the U.S. during the 1970s, according to Investopedia. While inflation in August grew less than expected at 2.5%, the outlook for the federal debt is bleak, with the growing number of measuring number measuring 35. I'm not even going to get to that trillions, 35 trillion as of September 12th. But even though inflation grew less to 2.5, it's still growing. It's still growing, and they keep talking about interest rates being cut by the Fed. They are very optimistic. I don't think they're going to cut interest rates. I don't think they should cut interest rates because that's the only way we're going to fix inflation. If they cut these, if they cut the interest rates like economists forecast, then inflation is going to get worse. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. The reason why they raise interest rates is to lower inflation. So I don't know why would they cut these interest rates. I don't know. But interest payments due in October on the national debt now exceeds the cost of both Medicare and the national defense budget. Wow. National debt may contribute to further inflation on the horizon. And government spending. Government spending is another way, another reason why inflation is out of control. They still haven't talked about budgeting things and getting to get inflation under control. What is going on here? I'm sorry, my computer is acting real funny. These ads, I can't block the ads on here. Where was I here? Here we go. This is the first time in American history that interest payments on the national debt have risen above $1 trillion. Quote, so it's hard to look at it and say, well, no, we're out of the woods. I don't think so, said Diamond.
Inflation showed some signs of improvement last month, though not all readings cooled. The CPI for August matched the previous month's reading.
What is playing right now? I'm so sorry, y'all.
Core CPI for the month, excluding food and energy, nudged up from.
This thing just work. It just have a mind of its own. That's crazy that it just pops up like that. I guess it's an automatic refresh. That's probably what it is. Automatic refresh. While inflation has fallen to almost hit the Fed's ultimate goal of 2%, a report shared by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York on Monday showed that consumers' view on the market were overall mixed. Things are still expensive. People are not going to be more optimistic until they see the prices of food go down, until they see the prices of gas go down, until they see the prices of energy has gone down a little bit, but it's still expensive. Insurance has to go down. People aren't going to be optimistic about it until they start seeing these numbers reflect the goodness like they pushing. Oh, it's a lot better than expected, but we're not seeing it in our lives. So of course people are not going to be very optimistic about the economy right now. But Americans responded that they expect both their spending numbers to go up by 5%, but their household incomes to only rise by only 0.1 percentage points from last year in the survey. According to CNBC reporting from August, Diamond believes stagflation's future likelihood is around 35%, meaning that recession is more likely. I don't know what they're talking about. We are already in a recession. Y'all know I believe this. I don't know why they keep saying, "Oh, the recession might hit soon," and the recession might hit soon. No, we're already living in the recession. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.